Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Love, Truth, and Wisdom Tarot Guidance. My name is Sharnetta. I hope you all are having an enjoyable day or evening wherever you are. So today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading, and today's topic is going to be what fear is holding you back. So today we're doing a little therapy type session. So we're going to be looking into our fears. Now, we all have fears. It's nothing to be ashamed of or feel bad about. But the more that we can be aware of our fears and spread awareness on how to deal with our fears and overcome our fears, the better we will be in the long run. And it will just help, feel better and conquer a lot of goals that we wish to conquer, but some fears may be getting in the way. Now, these fears can be subconscious or conscious. So we're going to be looking into everything here. So we have 3 piles to choose from. We have the first pile, which is the Fluorite. We have the second pile, which is a blue lace agate stone. And then we have a third pile here. It's the copper crystal stone. So feel free to pick more than one if you feel guided to do so. There may be messages in several different piles, or maybe all 3. That you need to hear. I am doing personal readings. That information will be down below if you feel guided to get a personal reading from me. Now, keep in mind that this is general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. This reading is not meant to be triggering in any way, but just like I said, to become more aware of where we can do a little bit of shadow work, a little bit of just recognizing some fears and some things that may be keeping us blocked in some way. So whenever you come across this reading is when you're meant to hear the messages. And then I just want to give big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting my channel in any way you feel guided to do so. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for your time, your effort, just for your kindness. I'm so glad that these readings are resonating with you. So thank you so much. So without further ado here, let's get on to your reading. Hello, my first group, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Fluorite crystal, this is your reading for what fear is holding you back. So first thing I was picking up when I was laying out your cards is that a lot of you have been working on this fear. This is like a steady, ongoing process. I feel like a lot of you chose this pile are already aware of what your major fear is. I mean, I feel like a lot of you may have little different ones, but there's one major one that you are very much aware of, but it takes some time to kind of conquer that fear. It's like an everyday process for you. So I am picking that up. So we have the 8 of Cups and the Hermit reverse, which is, oh my God, I just heard controversial. So I don't know why that would be controversial. I feel like there is a fear here of maybe feeling lonely, feeling like you won't find your soul tribe, or you won't find that one special person to share your life with. Just feeling emotionally unfulfilled, kind of worrying that you're going down the wrong path. And I feel like the path you're going down is a very spiritual path, which means there's certain things you have to let go of. There's certain things that you can't do. There's certain behaviors and thinking patterns that you have to let go of, which kind of limits who you can spend your time with and who you can really talk to and relate to and trust. So I do feel like there's this fear of being alone. I don't know why, but I'm also picking up this has to do with maybe for some of you, what's going on in the world. I feel like there could be, there's so much going on in the world every day, but I feel like just lately with everything, there's a lot of controversy with a lot of different things. So maybe you feel like you're on the opposing end, or whatever your beliefs are, whatever you feel is going on, the people around you don't agree with or don't really understand. So there could be some loneliness with that. I'm just picking up loneliness, but I'm also picking up emotionally unfulfilled, you're just kind of searching for something more. And I feel like you've been doing this for quite some time, and maybe you just haven't found that thing yet, but Spirit is saying you're about to find that thing. You're about to have a new beginning. We have 2 cards that indicate a new beginning coming. We have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, and new moons are all about new beginnings. And then we have Porcupine Spirit in reverse, but it says time for beginner mind. So a lot of you could just be learning how appreciate your alone time, how to really be alone with yourself, not just be alone and be on your phone and watching TV and doing stuff, but really spending time with yourself, really getting to know yourself. I feel like this is a fear for some of you, that you really are afraid that you will just be alone forever, or like you're afraid to kind of spend time with yourself to get to know yourself. And I feel like Spirit is really asking you to do this, because right now I do feel like people are like kind of leaving your life, or you're leaving people's lives, and it's just mostly you, and that's like you, and that's it. Because I do feel with the surrender the drama, you're also not like, you're wanting to like surrender the drama, basically what it says, but you're wanting to not engage with people or contribute to people who are very dramatic, or always thinking like worst case scenarios, or not very like conscious in their thinking and their thoughts and their like the way they communicate. They're just not very like open-minded. I feel like you're just over that whole environment, that whole way of being. You're like looking for truth. You're looking for more to this. You're looking that there's like something more to why I'm here. There's something more to why what's going on is going on in the world. There's something more that I'm missing, and I feel like you're searching for it, but I also feel like you're scared to find that truth out, because it would mean that you would have to change your whole way of being. You would have to change your whole way of thinking. But I also feel in overcoming this fear, you're going to have like a brand new beginning. We also have the sun here. I didn't even notice. I don't know how I didn't notice it. But the sun in this deck, number one, just there's going to be so much brand new possibilities when you let go of the drama, when you remain calm in face of drama, when you don't contribute to the drama, when you just stay in your center, when you think more solution oriented than problem oriented. And a lot of people, I feel like, think they're being solution oriented, but they're really just kind of, I'm saying this because I feel like you're around people who like may be more, is it opinionated? Maybe more opinionated, but they're also like, maybe the way they come across is like aggressive, or like super like controlling, or super like rigid, even though like what they're saying may be honest. But I just feel like the way they come across, or the way they express themselves, it's just really like, it makes you feel like not uncomfortable, but I just feel like it kind of makes you not want to be around them, one. And it just starts a lot of drama. Like, I feel like you're around someone or people who just start a lot of drama for no reason. Even though I feel like their heart's in a good place, the way they express this is very like dramatic. It's very like my way or the highway, even though what they, like I said, what they're saying is true. But I feel like you're kind of over that. I feel like you just want peace. You just want quiet. You just want everyone to be happy. You just want justice. You just want truth in your life and everyone else's life. And you're trying to figure out how to do this in a way where I feel like you're very much a spiritual leader. I feel like you're very intuitive, but you're trying to do this in a way where you're not rocking the boat, where you're keeping your center, where you're more interested in resolving the issue than creating more of an issue. And I feel like a lot of you are like light workers, or just spiritual leaders, or just are here to like help the planet and like help, you know, raise the consciousness of the planet, I feel. And a lot of other people as well. And I feel like there's just such a new beginning here, but this fear is like, you're just so afraid that you're not going to find your soul tribe, that you're going to be alone, that this was the wrong direction, this was the wrong choice in going this way. Like, maybe you don't believe what you believed, or maybe you don't fully understand yourself or a certain aspect of yourself, because I do feel like your shadow self is very much present. And I feel like you're just maybe afraid to dive deeper into your shadow self, dive deeper into, you know, why. I feel like this could have to do with work, but it doesn't have to. Why you work a job you hate, for example, or why, you know, you keep investing in something that's not paying off. You know, it could be something like that. But whatever you're doing, I feel like even though we have your hard work is paying off, Moon in Capricorn, there's something that you're investing in that's actually working for you. And I feel like this is yourself, because we have like single people in these cards. So I feel like the more that you invest in yourself, the more that you will raise your level of consciousness, because I feel like that's what you're trying to do. But maybe you're scared to be too enlightened or something, or you're scared to ascend too much where you're basically a monk and you're like always by yourself, but that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? You still are a co-creator of your reality. If you just want soul tribe people around you, like-minded people around you, then, you know, just ask the universe and they will bring you like-minded people around you. You don't have to be alone. You're not meant to be alone. We're not meant to be isolated or alone. We're meant to engage with others and learn from others and be open-minded and find our soul tribe and work together to kind of make this planet a little better than how we found it and when we leave it, if that makes sense. So we have here the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel in reverse, number 41, which reduces to a 5. So I do feel like there's some challenges in terms of like you listening to your intuition and you receiving help from the spirit world. I feel like maybe you're afraid to kind of talk to your I was gonna say ancestors. So maybe a lot of you are afraid to kind of communicate to your ancestors, communicate to the spirit world, communicate to your spirit guides, and like, you know, just things that are unseen. You're afraid because you don't know what's on the other side. You don't know if you're communicating to the right people. You don't know if you're receiving the right answers in terms of like whatever questions you're asking or whatever you're communicating. I feel like you're just fearful of opening up to this side of your life, to this spiritual side of your life. But I do feel like a lot of you are already on this side, but I think it's getting deeper and I think it's getting more real, and I think it's getting more serious to you, where you really, you know, even though if you don't want to spend a lot of your time alone, you need to spend this time alone. You can't kind of engage with people 24/7 like you used to, or spend a whole 8 hours with someone. It's like most of your time needs to be alone for you to purge, for you to heal, for you to reflect, for you to understand yourself better. And as long as you're not like isolating yourself, and I feel like I don't feel like you're isolating yourself, honestly, because I do feel like you're still, you know, talking to people and like engaging with others, but there's something about it where it just causes drama or conflict or some type of like debate in some way that just makes you feel, I think you're practicing staying in your center in amongst these dramas and situations, but it just makes you feel like you're just really wanting to find people that are as peaceful as you or quiet as you, that understand you, that are very much different and unique, especially with this porcupine spirit, like, but also very very protected by ancestors, very protected by spirit. I feel like your aura is very, I'm getting like chakras with this card, so your auras are very like very aligned, or you're working on aligning your chakras more. But especially with the time for beginner's mind, I feel like you're learning about your chakras, you're learning about auras, you're learning about having a protective bubble around you, so that when you do engage with people that, because it's like we can't control what other people say and do around us, but when you are around situations like that, you know how to handle yourself and you know how to handle the situation without engaging in it, without contributing more to the drama. So I feel like that's something, but you're scared that people will, you know, think that you're better than them, or think that you don't believe, you're just scared of people's responses and the way people will see you if you do this. And I feel like this is a really big fear, and I feel like this is something that you just have to do anyways, but you're like teetering on it. You're not fully trusting what you know to be true for you, because you're still wanting validation from others to kind of validate what's true for you, instead of you just doing whatever you want and you being yourself, just like the other people you're around are yourselves. No matter how dramatic or how emotionally charged they may be, they're still being, you know, apart. They're still kind of themselves. They're just kind of a lower vibration, or just more of a insecure or unstable vibration. But either way, I feel like you're trying to understand. There's just something about your third eye here. There's something about people are like watching you. I feel like people are watching how you react. People are watching how you respond. I feel like also like people could be kind of, what's that word? Where they're like poking the bear. Like they're kind of like antagonizing you just to see how you're going to respond. So be careful for that. I feel like there's some people around you that are kind of malicious, honestly, that just like drama, which is fair. Like we all can like what we like, but I don't feel like it's you anymore. I don't feel like you want to engage in it. I feel like maybe you've even been more quiet around people. But if I feel like when you're quiet, when this person or people are very emotionally charged, they look at you and they kind of make fun of you or poke fun at you for not being where they're at, for not meeting them at their level, which is like, no. Like, they're supposed to meet you at your level. You know what I mean? It's like this like weird thing, instead of just like people accepting you for who you are and you accepting people for who they are, no matter where they are in their life. You know what I mean? And if you don't want to hang out with them, that's fine. If you can't hang out with them like for 8 hours a day because they're just too much for you and they drain your energy, that's fine too. You don't need to not make an excuse, but you don't need to explain yourself to people. You don't need to explain yourself to others. I don't care who it is. Like, you don't need to tell people anything. Need to know on a need to know basis. You don't need to explain yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, you want to leave, you leave. If you want to stay, you stay. Like, you decide. Like, it's your life. And I feel like there's people around you that are trying to control you in a very like backhanded, manipulative way, because they want you to be like them. They want you to be in the drama, to like be emotionally charged, to like just like it's not working. And I feel like you've been working on this for a really long time, and like I said, your hard work is paying off. But the crown chakra is saying it's just time to awaken to that beauty and power in the spiritual realm. It's time to really understand it. It's time to become one with it, because we are spiritual beings. We are energetic beings. That is 90, maybe more than 90% truer than what we see in the 3D reality, just, in a general sense. And I feel like you're just kind of coming to terms with that. And a lot of people aren't going to see it that way, or aren't going to see the things that you see, or see the way you see things. And that has to be okay with you, because you have to live your life and do what's best for you. And even if that means your circle is a lot smaller, even if that means you spend most of your time alone, that's okay, because you're never alone. Spirit is always with you, and you will meet people, even if it's just one or two people, that will get you. You will meet your soul's tribe. You will meet people that understand this. You can't be afraid to kind of go out in a path that's unknown to you just because you're afraid. I mean, you can be, but you don't need to be afraid of that, because what you're doing is raising your vibration and being more authentic to yourself. And in doing this, the universe hears that, because the universe speaks in vibration and frequency. And you'll just meet people, on your walk by yourself, when you're just chilling by yourself, without even asking, without wondering, without wanting it so much. People will just come to you and just love your energy, and like, you'll just vibe with them. And then there you go. There's your soul tribe. So don't be afraid to take the path less traveled, basically. I do feel a lot of violet and white light around you right now, and this is like to help bring you into connection to spirit. So once you're open to this like incredible intuition, you have this incredible connection to spirit, you have peace and power. You'll be in peace and you'll be in power. Your life will never be the same after this. I feel like this is a really major shift and transition for you, and it's scary because it just is so different from the people that you surround yourself with. It's so different from maybe your family, your friends, and you're just kind of like, why is this happening? It's like kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit. I'm feeling that you may be feeling that way, and it is scary because you just don't know, but you know that it feels right to do this. It feels right to believe this. It feels right, and peace and just calmness and power and empowerment to go this way, to do this thing, to fight for this cause, to do, and you're going to do it in your own way that feels most comfortable to you. So I just feel like there's going to be like so much abundance and brand new beginnings for you. You're definitely going to see the rewards of you traveling the path less traveled, and you traveling on your own, and you meeting so many great people. I feel like you're like a sage, or like some type of like shaman, honestly, in your spirit. Like, you're meant to teach people, and most sages and shamans are alone, or they have like a very few people that they really surround themselves with, because they know that they're spiritual and energetic beings, and they know that they can't always be around people like that, especially knowing that like most of the collective is kind of still in this place of fear vibrationally, and doesn't mean that you can't talk to them or engage with them, but you can't do it for long. It's just going to drain you. Or, the more that you practice and stand in your power and your truth and your authenticity, the more that you will be with them, and it won't even bother you. It won't even touch you about their drama. It won't even phase you, but you still won't want to be around them that much, just because you have other things to do. And, there's just other, you'll learn to love spending time alone is what I'm saying. You'll learn to love being on your own, being with yourself. You'll learn to love yourself and love your own company. I feel like that's also, basically what I'm trying to say here is that you're just afraid to kind of spend time with yourself, but you're a great person. You should want to spend time with yourself. You're very smart. And like I said, you're not alone. Spirit is all around you. Honestly, spirit is talking to you all the time. I just think you're kind of just alone, but not really paying attention to what spirit is saying. And then with adjacent possibilities, this card in reverse is about missing an opportunity. It's 24, which reduces to a 6. So yeah, you're definitely missing an opportunity to heal, to love yourself, to become one with yourself, to really focus on yourself. And spirit really doesn't want you to miss this opportunity, because it is basically bringing in the sun for you. So this is an opportunity to learn something. I'm getting such a sage, shaman, spiritual leader from this group. I feel like a lot of you are spiritual leaders and are just afraid to really step in fully into that truth, into that being. And a lot of you maybe, I don't feel like it's you're afraid of the responsibilities of that. I feel like it's a fear of what other people will think. And it's a fear of you feeling like you'll never find the right person or the right people to collaborate with, to talk to. Because I feel like a lot of you are very talkative people. You like to chat. You like to get to know others. You like to spend time with other people. And maybe just lately you're not in that vibe. For good reason, because I feel like you're integrating a lot of new beginnings and lessons. You won't feel like this forever. I feel like you'll be ready soon enough to kind of collaborate with other people, but there's a lot of drama around you right now, and spirit's protecting you from that. That's why you're kind of distancing yourself, so you can find the right tribe that doesn't bring this drama, that doesn't bring such emotionally charged situations into your life, because I do feel like it's draining a lot of you. So this kind of period of feeling this way won't last forever. But with adjacent possibilities, like I said, being reversed, this also speaks about not really afraid of the unknown, like I was saying, and just being too committed to a way of being that's no longer serving you, basically. So this is also speaking about shaking up your old unhealthy patterns and inner habits. This is about deeply held habits that maybe that are I don't want to say you're projecting your energy out into the universe, but be careful about what energy you're projecting out into the universe, because there's still some shadow work that needs to be done here. And you could be, maybe you're attracting a lot of drama because you still have drama within you. You know what I mean? You still maybe this drama is about, for example, I don't know, maybe it's a lot of gossip or something. People are gossiping around you. Let's use this as an example. And then maybe when you're by yourself, you may think you don't gossip, but maybe you're reading a lot of gossip magazines, or you're watching gossip TV shows, or you're watching a lot of people gossip. You see what I'm saying? Spirit speaks to us in very, you have to really listen and pay attention, because it's always showing us what's going on within us and what we're doing, even if we don't like it. That's the whole point of shadow work. No one likes shadow work. No one likes to really be honest about okay, yes, I engage in gossip, or yes, I am, whatever. But the more that we can be honest about it, the more that we can evolve past it and be open to and receive the rewards and abundance that were given to us, that are meant to be. It's our birthright, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like there's a lot of thoughts and beliefs that are really defining these types of moments, basically. in every moment you have an energetic choice. So Spirit is really asking you to pay attention to the choices that you're making. Pay attention to what you're contributing to what you're engaging with. Pay attention to where you're putting your energy, your time, your effort, your money, because it will always show you, it will always come back to you. And the universe never makes mistakes. So if you're getting back a lot of drama, then in some place you are putting in drama into your life. So basically it's time to decide, like, to no longer let worry and self-doubt define you, to step into a present moment of optimism and possibilities and trust and self-love. No matter how stuck you feel, no matter how scared you are, you always have the option to make different choices every day, and you're right where you're meant to be, and you have nothing to fear and nothing to worry about. Everything is happening exactly the way it needs to happen, and you have the sun, hard work paying off, time for beginning. Like, there's so many great things in store for you, but you really just have to trust yourself and trust this journey. It sucks to feel this way. A lot of you could be feeling like I'm not getting ego death. I'm getting like a mini dark night of the soul a little bit, but it's to help you find the right people so you don't feel like this all the time, so you don't feel so alone, and really get to understand why you feel alone, or why you maybe believe that you'll be alone, like stuff like that, like getting to the root of the matter. Because I feel like a lot of you could suffer from like an abandonment wound, or a fear of abandonment, like someone left you, like either like a romantic person. It even could be, definitely stems from childhood, but I feel like there's someone in your life that like abandoned you in some way that you're still carrying with you, possibly subconsciously, that wants to come up, that wants to be healed, because it's blocking your movement forward, but you're afraid to face it. Maybe you're afraid to tell yourself, yeah, I was abandoned, Maybe you're afraid to tell yourself, yeah, I feel abandoned. I feel like this person abandoned me. It's about those little things that you're afraid to tell yourself, because until you tell yourself the truth, all you're gonna reflect back from the universe is kind of what you want, but still not exactly in its full integrity and its full authenticity. So the more that you can be authentic with you, the more that the universe can bring you authentic people and authentic opportunities and stuff for you like that. So I feel like I've talked so long here. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope this wasn't too intense or too deep. Good stuff I'm picking up. So I'm going to leave it here. So I hope this was helpful. If not, please choose another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, my second group. And if you chose the blue lace agate, this is your reading for what fear is holding you back. So very interesting here. So definitely first thing I'm picking up is that this involves a relationship of some kind. This is either a soulmate connection. This could be a relationship with a sibling. This could be a relationship with a best friend, just someone very close to you, someone that maybe lately or in the past you both have not really been getting along. You haven't been really speaking. This could be a relationship with a parent. It's just someone really close to you. So first thing I'm getting is what fear is holding you back is there's this fear of being honest. There's this fear of speaking your truth and making amends, because I feel you may fear that the other party involved is not going to be honest with you, or is not going to take your truth well, is going to be hostile in some type of way. I feel like you're just expecting deceit from this person. You're expecting a storm. You're expecting this person to be very argumentative and just, not really open, not really allowing what is to be, not allowing you to be yourself, not allowing you to speak your truth or to believe what you believe. There's two cards of deceit here. I mean, the deceit is reversed, which is good, but then we have the 7 of Swords, which is about deceit. So I feel like, honestly, like, you're ready to tell the truth, to be honest. You're ready to come correct and to make amends with someone, but there's someone that either you're fearing won't do the same, or that when you do it, it'll just cause more argument and more separation and more division in some way. But you're very close to achieving your goal. This is a gibbous moon, so this is like something's about to pop. Like something's about to kind of, it's close, it's almost like to a full moon. So this is like something's about to come to fruition really quickly here. But just like the slightest move or the slightest kind of misstep, just like in the Seven of Swords, the slightest like kind of deceit or action oriented deceit will either cause some more disruption and chaos, or it will cause a lot more peace. So it's like up to you is what I'm hearing, honestly, in terms of spirit speaking. With the surrender to what is, it says flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Either way, I feel like this will bring peace to you and to your situation and to your life. Even if this person like decides to be hostile towards you and like never speak to you again, you'll still have peace. But Spirit is really asking you to see this from a peaceful perspective, that you can't change other people. You can't change a situation to be different than what it is. You kind of just have to accept it with compassion and know that it's what is exactly what it needs to be. And this will help bring you peace. So with this hostilities card, this is definitely about like, it just reveals a situation where there's like, obviously, like I was saying, there's someone who's hostile towards you or is about to be or has already been hostile towards you, and you're scared that they might do it again if you come towards them in some way. There's like, this is just kind of aggressive energy or like verbal, emotional aggression in some way. This is someone in your environment. This is someone who you're trying to distance yourself from in some way. It's like there's distance between you both, but you're trying to come back, but like, and this person's trying to come back, but one of you is not coming back honestly. I feel like it's the other person, but you're gonna have to be honest with yourself and be like, okay, is it me or is it this? But there's someone who's ready to tell the truth and there's someone who's not ready to tell the truth. And this is where the confusion and the chaos and the conflict is coming in, because I do feel like someone is being like overly critical and very demanding and very hurtful in their words and their actions. And this could be, like I said, with the Six of Cups being in reverse, I feel like this could be in a relationship. This could be in like a soulmate relationship, a sibling, a family dynamic. It could be in work, in like a friend or a social situation. But there is definitely some type of like slander or like backstabbing going on. Like something's happening here. And I feel like you're just afraid to kind of let this person go fully, or let this situation go fully, because you really miss this person. I feel like you really care about this person. You really want to try to see if you can make this work, but there's something about this person that I don't feel like maybe it's not meant to work out right now. And this is where the surrender to what is coming through, because there's like an energy of these cards that's just like, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you did the best you could in this situation. You have to believe that whatever happened or is about to happen or has happened is meant to be. So I don't know if this is a past, present, or future thing going on. I'm getting like it's going to be different for everyone. For some of you, it would be the past. For some of you, it would be like something that's happening right now. For some of you, it's something to come. But Spirit is really asking you to not allow yourself to dishonor yourself and to receive dishonoring treatment from others, because that's like an open invitation for the universe to send you more. So I think you're like trying to find a strategic move here. I think this is definitely a risky situation in terms of like like I said, any misstep and it could just all kind of blow up in your face in some way, or kind of just be more chaotic and crazy than it needs to be. But Spirit is really asking you to have courage to stand up for yourself right now, to stand up for yourself always, because there's someone that's kind of taking advantage of you, or just not being nice, just not being in this like honest energy. And I feel like you're trying, and I feel like this other person's not. So like I said, it's going to be different for everyone. And then we have the deceit in reverse, which is good to see. It means that this energy is leaving. So for some of you, this is like something that's passing. This is something that's already happened. And now you're just kind of scared to maybe this is a sibling and you want to meet up with family, and you are scared to kind of see this sibling again, or this friend, or this family member, or this person again, or something like that. But this deceit card in reverse says that it's passing. You have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to fear. it's in the past. And then with storm warning also in reverse, this whole thing I feel like has blown over or is about to blow over, honestly. You just have to believe in yourself, believe that you did the right thing. This is squirrel spirit. It says believe in yourself, but it is in the reverse. But yeah, squirrels are, I don't know why I said squirrels are very nutty. Yeah. Not that you're a nutty person. I mean, you might be, but like, aren't we all a little nutty somewhere deep down? But yeah. So basically, in terms of what fear is holding you back, it's fear of like communicating your truth, being honest, surrendering to what is, not engaging in unnecessary conflict or hostilities with this person. It's about being more honest with yourself, especially with this deceit card. This also speaks about self-deceit. So telling yourself the truth, being honest with yourself, not lying to yourself, not trying to wear like a false identity or be fake with yourself, but really telling yourself the truth. You know, do you miss this person? Yes. Do you want a relationship with them? Yes. Again, with them? Yes. But if they're not gonna meet you halfway and meet you with the same integrity and authenticity that you are, then it just can't work. It is what it is, basically, with this surrender to what is spirit. But you have to believe in yourself that you, like I said, did the best you could, and you'll find peace somewhere else, or you'll find people who are more authentic, more willing to be truthful and authentic with you. I feel like this is also like, it could be in a situation where someone is telling you the truth and you're just not accepting it for what it is. So spirit's really telling you to learn to accept it for what it is, and like, don't try to force your beliefs or your thoughts or your way of thinking onto another person, because it's just going to cause more hostilities and more aggression, more emotional drama than what is necessary. Spirit is also asking you to focus on yourself. This is like mostly about like you, not mostly, but I feel like there's a big message here about your fear of telling yourself the truth, really setting yourself down and having a one-to-one with yourself and really giving yourself the business, basically, like really just having like a therapy session with yourself, and really, which no one likes to do, but sometimes it is necessary given certain situations. And especially if you're kind of struggling with a particular relationship that's just kind of making you nervous or anxious, or really like, you know, you're walking on eggshells around this person, or you just feel like the slightest thing you say or do is going to trigger the hell out of this person, then that's an issue. You know, no one should have to live in fear. Obviously, no one should have to kind of walk around eggshells someone else. Like, that person needs to be held responsible for their hostile way of thinking or aggression or communication. And if they're not, you walk away. You know, it is what it is. You're not going to argue with this person and like forfeit your peace, your stability, your emotional happiness, just because this person wants to be, you know, in this place of fear and anger and hurt, for whatever reason. But it doesn't mean you have to be susceptible to it. It doesn't mean you have to engage in it. It doesn't mean you have to be around it 24/7. Like, everyone's responsible for their own emotions, their own happiness, their own way of feeling. So if you need to step out of a situation or get out of a situation, or like let go of a situation, then let go of it, and just know that it's meant to be this for now. Maybe not forever, but maybe for now, definitely. I feel like there's a situation that needs to kind of close out, because it's just I feel like it's giving you a lot of headaches, and it's giving you a lot of mental anguish. And it's maybe this person is making you, or you feel like this person is making you make choices that are against your authenticity and your integrity, because you're trying to people please this person. You're trying to like not mess up around this person in some way, because you're afraid they're going to get angry or triggered. So it's like, why are you living your life, one, fearing this person, their person? Like, you know, yes, they may say some harsh words, and yes, they may come off aggressive, but you know, they're not going to do anything. Like, they're people just like you and me, you know what I'm saying? So, and you have the right to speak your truth and to be around people that you like and care about, that make you feel like you can be yourself, like you can speak your truth. And I feel like this person, honestly, whoever this is just being really immature and just doesn't know how to handle their emotions, their anger. They project a lot of frustrations on other people. This is just someone who's just not emotionally, mentally, spiritually at your level at all, and they just like to argue. They just like to cause a problem. They just like to fight. And I feel like you're over it. So you should not fear this person, because I feel like that could be something that you're doing. Your fear of speaking your truth to this person. And this is like a relationship that definitely it's like, I feel like this is like you're together but you're not. So I don't know if this is like a romantic relationship or like a family situation where you like have to see this person from time to time maybe, and you don't want to. But I'm getting more, at first I was getting romance, but now I'm kind of getting family members or a family member of some kind that you just don't want to deal with. And that is okay. Maybe you'll come together down the road later when this person like reflects on themselves and tells themselves the truth, and you know, gives themselves a what to for why they're acting like a bull in a china shop or something. You know what I mean? And the more that you can tell yourself the truth about like past actions where you were hostile or you were deceptive or you were kind of causing more chaos and storms and problems in people's lives, the more that you can accept that and maybe make amends with yourself because of that, the more that you'll let this whole situation go, and you won't even care if you're around this person. You won't even really, you know, this person could be angry and you won't even really engage or pay any mind to this person, honestly. The more that you can like work on yourself and work on this fear of like, you know, not being afraid of hostile or aggressive or just emotionally charged people, but learning how to just stand in your truth when dealing with them. This was similar to another message that I did, but I can't remember. But yeah, I wanted to get more in this squirrel spirit, honestly. So it is in reverse. So I'm going to kind of paraphrase what I see in the book because I'm not really getting anything from it. But I feel like there's an important message there. So let's just see. So, okay. So this is basically about your confidence, which kind of matches up to what I was saying. Basically, this is about you just don't, I feel like this person or this situation is just very unpredictable, and it's like messing with your confidence in yourself and your confidence in handling potential challenges that come your way. So this is about like maybe you feeling like you're not enough, like you don't have enough resources or strength to kind of deal with this person. You don't have enough wisdom or something. And Spirit is saying you definitely do. You're very close to achieving your goal. Whatever goal you want in the situation, you are going to achieve it. Now, you have to be honest with yourself about what is a realistic, achievable goal, especially with this person. You have to tell yourself the truth about this person and the situation. And then I feel like you're gonna, you know, be able to achieve that goal. But Spirit is basically saying you've come so far in terms of your wisdom, your resources, your wits, all the potential. You have like a lot of potential, and Spirit wants to help you through this trying time. I feel like you all are in a very trying time right now. And it's just time to reflect and look back at your life and remember like how you've always had your needs met, how you've always achieved your goal, how you've always gotten through challenging times in life, you know, and this is no different. You'll definitely get through this one as well, but I feel like this one's a little more difficult because it's a lot more personal. It's like very close to home, or it has something to do with your home, but there's a lot of like hidden treasures ready to be revealed in this. Honestly, there's a lot of peace that's about to come your way. So this squirrel spirit just basically talks about being poised and being ready for whatever comes next, and being able to trust yourself and trust that Spirit has your back, and trust that you know what to do in terms of this situation, and you don't have to fear this person or the situation. Know that you are fully capable of handling it in the best way you see fit, which is to instead of fighting, just compassionately accept what it is, who this person is for now, and let them go, basically. So that is what I see for you guys. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this provided you with some type of guidance and clarity to your situation. If not, feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Okay, my third group, if you chose the copper stone, this is your reading for what fear do you need to release. So before I get started, let me just say that this message that I'm about to say will not resonate with everyone, so please use your own intuition and discernment. I feel like there's gonna be, you're gonna need to have a certain level of self-awareness in order to kind of receive what I'm about to tell you. I'm making this sound like way serious than what it is, but basically what I'm seeing here is, let me just get into it, is there is a fear of like losing control. With the devil, that is like fear. So I do feel like you guys, a lot of you who chose this pile are really or have been in this very fear-based place. Not your fault. Definitely something, we've all have different fears of whatever, because that's just, the planet is a very dense, low vibrational planet. That's why we have light workers and different people to kind of help elevate the consciousness of the planet so it can come out of this dense fear energy, because fear is a very dense energy. We were born into a very fearful planet, into a fear-based family, and not because of anyone's fault. It's just, that's just what it is. There's no one person to blame. You know what I'm saying? You would have to go way back to like generations and generations if you really wanted to blame someone. But I do feel like this has been something that's been going on with you for quite some time. This type of fear of control, this of losing control, I should say. This wanting to be in control, wanting to always be right, wanting to always be, in charge, wanting to just kind of manipulate, I feel, a lot of situations and a lot of, maybe not a lot of people, but I just feel like it's just kind of all And I say this because I do feel like this is passing because the devil is in reverse. So if you resonate with that, then this is something that's definitely passing. It still came up because I feel like maybe it was triggered in you, or because, it's still there, because I feel like that's, that devil energy, that's basically your shadow side. It's never going to go away, but we just have to bring so much light and love, acceptance and awareness to it as much as possible, so that it doesn't hurt or affect us and other people in this world. You know what I'm saying? So the more that we can be honest about our manipulation tactics, our ways of wanting to control the outside and control other people, because we feel like we can't control ourselves, we can't control our minds, we feel like maybe we're losing control in our life, so we want to kind of control other people. And some people aren't really ready to hear that, and some people don't see what they're doing as control, but it is a controlling thing, in terms of the devil is controlling. That's why he has chains around the people's necks. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of you think one thing, but you really just feel very codependent on something. You're thinking oh my God, it could be food. It could be anything where you just feel obsessively, about it. And this doesn't have to be control. It could be, I was getting a strong control vibe, but this could be possession, obsession, very feeling very addictive to certain things or certain people or whatever the case may be. But I do feel like this is leaving, this is exiting, but it's still here. It's still very much present in your life right now, in your environment, in your energetic field. And I feel like, we have to take responsibility for where we contribute to this devil energy, where we feed the devil, where we either feed fear or love, basically. And I feel like there's something that has triggered you where you may have been feeding the fear again, in terms of because we have here surrender, you need to always be right. So I feel like maybe a lot of you are in this place where you feel like you always want to be right, or you always want to have the last word, or it says give others the gift of letting them be right by yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationship. So this could definitely be about a particular romantic relationship, because we do have the man holding a coin. I feel like this is about relationships, all types of relationships, that this affects your life and that this shows up. But maybe you've had to be honest about yourself about always needing to be right, and maybe ask yourself, why do you feel you always want to be right? Because that saying you can't be right and happy, that is very true. Because when you're right, you kind of lose a little bit of your joy, you lose a little bit of your happiness. It's almost like the Five of Swords. You win the battle, but you what did you lose in winning the battle? You know what I mean? You lost either a friend or a very special relationship because you just had to be right, because you just had to prove something, because you just had to kind of put others maybe down a little bit to make yourself feel better. And this is something that I definitely feel, if you resonate with, this is definitely something you've been taught and you've been conditioned, and it's all over the place on shows, and just this is something that is really hard for a lot of us to kind of get away from, and to really surrender to, and to accept that we are this way. And it's become so normalized that people don't look at it look at it as something that's based in fear. They look at it as just something that's normal that people do. And that doesn't, just because it's normal and people do it, doesn't always mean it's right or it's, good or supportive or healthy. You know what I'm saying? I could go on and on about that, but like I won't. So I do feel like in terms of like what fear needs to be released, it's this fear of like feeling like you're going to be out of control, fearing like this fear of feeling like you have to always be right or you lose, having always to win or you will lose. Like there's this feeling of being like poor, a loser, just something. There's just this whole like self-esteem, self-confidence, codependency issue, and you feel like you just need to kind of prove yourself to people all the time. You can't be yourself around people, and you can't be free to be yourself around people. But I like seeing the world here because it means that this phase is completing, and we have believe in the impossible, which is a blue moon, which means there's a rare opportunity to finally let this go once and for all, to finally surrender that needing to be right, needing to be perfect, needing to be this, and do this, and this for the sake of how other people see you, for the sake of like keeping up with the Joneses in some way. There is a need to like, let your partner have it, let this person have it in terms of like, not letting them have it, but letting them be right, letting them have their voice, letting them have their opinion, letting them have their belief. Like their beliefs, their opinions are just as important as your beliefs and your opinions. That doesn't make them right. It doesn't make them wrong. It just makes them theirs. It makes them their truth for that moment. And maybe that's something that you need to look into yourself and kind of tell yourself that story, or just tell yourself a different story in general where you won't feel so inferior to others. Because I feel like that's also a fear where you will feel like you are losing in some way, where you just feel like other people are better than you, so you have to overcompensate or people please or manipulate the situations, not be authentic, not be true to who you are. It's like you're kind of looking towards earthly, material, dogmatic ways and thinking and things like that to bring you happiness, instead of and all it's bringing you is it's just feeding your ego. It's not feeding your soul, it's feeding your ego, because the devil is your ego. It's kind of has that connotation to it. Not to say the ego is wrong, but like, it can get out of hand if it's not controlled, if it's not tempered, if it's not, programmed right where it does its job, because the ego is very much needed. Its main job is to keep us alive, but you may be feeding with other things that are just kind of inflating it and making it think one thing, when that's not the case at all. But like I said, I do feel like this is ending because of the world. So this is a chapter that's closing. This is something that's kind of coming to an end, but with it showing up, it just means it's still lingering a little bit. There's something around you, and this could be a person in this energy. It doesn't have to be you. It could be, I feel like it's mirroring, so it could be you and another person or another situation. It definitely could be a relationship, because we have a man holding a coin. It could be friends. We have the community card here, but there's definitely like a codependent situation, or a very kind of maybe toxic relationship or relationships you have that are coming to a close because you are finally surrendering this need to want to be in control, to want to be in these types of situations. You want to be free. You want to be yourself. You want to have fun. You don't want to be chained to a devil. No one wants to be chained. No one wants to be told what to do. No one wants to be the person to tell people what they need to do or have to do. You know what I mean? That's the devil energy. Freedom is God-like. It's God consciousness. It's source consciousness. It's allowing you to choose from your heart, from your most authentic place, what is best for you, and giving other people that, what's the word? Like giving other people that opportunity to do the same. You know what I'm saying? Which, I could go all day about that. This is like such a deep message. I'm trying to just make it a little bit surface level because I don't want to go too into it. But let's just say that this devil energy is very much in, we all have a shadow side, like I said. This is very much what's going on in the world and what's going on, like shadow and light. We live in a world of duality. So this is nothing to be ashamed or feel guilty about or to feel bad about, because we've all been there. We all have it, especially, in terms of like your astrological placements. The devil represents Capricorn. Capricorn's not a bad sign, but if given too much, if working too much or putting too much effort and time into earthly things and not enough into spirit, to source, to like love than God consciousness, then obviously it's gonna be a little bit toxic. Like anything, giving too much energy and attention to something, being obsessive about something or super possessive about something is obviously going to not be good. So just take what resonates with this, because I feel like it could be a lot of different things than what I'm just picking up, but I'm just picking up the strongest energy I feel, which is just this kind of control, wanting to be right. And I feel like the one person you're hurting in this is yourself, not even other people. You know, you just don't want to be this way anymore, and you've done a lot of growth and a lot of healing to not be this way, but it's going to take more time. It's always going to be something that kind of is in you, and you have to just be aware of it and pay attention to it in terms of situations and certain relationships that you have. Believe in the impossible, you know, believe that you can overcome this, believe that you can have healthy relationships. You don't have to be tied down to something or someone just because this person said you have to. You know, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You don't have to pretend to be something that you're not. And with community here, I feel like, and it's in the upright, I feel like this is you finding your soul tribe. This is you finding the right people that allow you to be yourself, that allow you to be free spirited, that allow you to kind of just go your own way and do your own thing. Yeah, I was like such a tiny little butterfly, but I was like drawn to it. This is about transformation of your soul tribe, because you are changing, because you are transforming, because you are overcoming this major fear in your life that has just ruled and run your life for way too long. And you're finally at a place now where you're ending this cycle, where you are starting to believe that you can have different relationships and you can be yourself, and you don't have to, like I said, be manipulative or deceitful or, you know, engage in any situation or energy or relationship that makes you feel like you can't be yourself. And then, so with the community card being number 7, this is about, like I said, soul family, kindred spirits. It basically is like 3 women celebrating, sharing ideas, and being supportive of each other. So when this card pops up, I definitely feel like it is an indication that you will be associating yourself with some very kind people. I feel like these could be casual connections or like-minded people, or you could be joining a club or a community of some kind. This could be a business partnership. This could be, it could be anything. But basically what this is saying is that the time is right now to make such new connections, to share your intentions, whether they're personal or professional. This could be about networking, because we have here the man holding a coin in reverse. But there's a sense of like security and a sense of connection that can benefit you with certain people, with a certain group of people. And these people allow you to be free and happy and just, I'm getting spiritual vibes. So these people are very spiritual consciousness, very like love consciousness, basically. So receiving this card, basically the universe is just saying that there's a lot of beneficial alliances coming your way. This is basically like soul family card. There could be a party or celebration of some kind that you want to go to that may have some of these old toxic relationships or behaviors that you're trying to avoid, but you've already passed it. So I don't feel like you need to be afraid to kind of come into contact with people you used to be into contact with, because you're not even in that energy anymore. And even if they try to like manipulate you or make you feel inferior or make you feel like you're wrong or you're a loser or whatever the case may be, 1, who gives a fuck? 2, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. First off, let's start there. So there's no need to kind of worry about that. And I know that's easier said than done, but I'm letting you know that you are in your power. You are in your truth. This is a passing energy. This is nothing you need to really concern yourself with too much. I would just observe it and be aware of it when it's happening, either when you're kind of doing it or this person or people are doing it towards you, and just know that you can respond differently. You have the wisdom, you have the resources to respond differently. We have a lot of 7s here, not actually a lot, but like no. So we have the 7 community card, and then the man holding a coin, which is 43, which reduces to a 7. So this is a very spiritual group. I feel like a lot of you are very spiritual in nature. You want to go towards that spiritual side, that love consciousness, not the fear consciousness that has been overtaking the world. But in this place where you're not scared to kind of leave a job that makes you unhappy, because this could be meaning that as well. You know, you don't need to explain yourself to anyone why you're doing what you're doing. especially if it's making you happy. I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't need to explain yourself or your actions towards anyone any more than they need to explain their actions towards you. And with the man holding the coin, this is a lot about personal growth as well. I feel like there's a lot of change and a lot of, like I said, a lot of growing that you all have done. And you should be really, really proud of yourselves for achieving so much. But since this is in reverse, this is about, you could be acting against your own best interest where money or health is concerned. You may be spending maybe a little bit too much time not being conscious enough about what's really important to you, what really matters to you, how you really feel about money, how you think about money, how you think about health, how you feel about your health. This is about becoming more aware of your choices and your priorities and why you're choosing what you're choosing and why you're doing what you're doing. So this is also speaking about being more disciplined and being more just aware of, what you're feeding. Are you feeding love or are you feeding fear? So this also can talk about you having a relationship with this person that kind of reflects the devil a little bit. This person could be really self-absorbed or very dismissive, or may just be very selfish and just at everyone's cost. Like they just don't care about anything. And this is about you being conscious of this person and how critical or demanding this person is. Or this could be like just maybe just people around you in general. And always remember that you're not alone and you have the real power in your life. You have the power to make your life the way that you want it. And then we have the sixth chakra here, Archangel Metatron, which is the third eye. So you know more than you are aware of, but you're not trusting it. You're kind of fearing your knowledge. You're kind of fearing the unknown a little bit. You're kind of fearing maybe the spiritual side to things. Like maybe you feel intuitively and like this is not right for me, but you don't know what's after that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. Maybe you feel like this is the community or the group of people or the club that I want to commit to, but you don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't know if everyone there kind of thinks like you or kind of believes the same things you do. There's like a level of like not knowing here. And then we have watch your words with the parrot spirit in reverse, which is 45. So there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot going on in your life. There's a lot that's shifting and changing. There's a lot that's needing to be spoken about, honestly, with other people. I do feel like you're definitely going to find your soul tribe. You're definitely going to find those people that you feel comfortable talking to. But it's with this parrot spirit, this is about being aware of what you're saying to others, yes, but also to yourself. Be aware of the conversation you're having with yourself, because that devil can really get in your head and you will just be thinking and speaking a whole bunch of mess that you don't even really resonate with in your heart, in your soul, in your heart space. So when this parrot spirit shows up, it's a reminder to really watch what you say, watch what you write, watch what you are thinking, be mindful of the beliefs you have internalized. Like I was saying, I feel like a lot of this has been internalized through programming, through family and media and like society and all that stuff. So just watch what just make sure you're communicating with integrity. You're communicating from a place of love, not a place of fear. That you are listening to what you say. You're watching your motives and why you're saying what you're saying as well. See, it's very hard. Like shadow work is no joke. Facing fears is no joke, but we have to do it. Otherwise, we're just going to be miserable and no one wants to be around miserable people. Not that you're miserable, but you know what I mean? Have you been around people that are just miserable and it's just like all you have to do is just change your way of thinking, or like just the simplest things, and these people will just stay miserable. It's kind of like that. It's like you have the choice to be miserable or be happy. Like no one else can make you happy. Yes, it's difficult possibly in these times right now, depending on when you're watching this, but it's not impossible. It can be done. You just have to put a little bit more effort and try a little bit harder. So right speech is called for now, which means you have to reflect on your beliefs. You have to also don't accept question a lot of stuff. Question what people are telling you. Don't be afraid to question people. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to kind of use your common knowledge, common sense, and think about stuff. This is about believing and wishing what you want to see in the world and in your life. So this is about affirming what you value. This is speaking them out loud. This is expressing them if need be, if you want. This is about expressing gratitude for what is coming or what is to come. This is about knowing that your voice has power and making sure that power is coming from your heart, from love, and not from fear. Making sure that when you're in a conversation, you speak from your heart. And you're speaking from truth, and you're speaking, like I said, from your heart, from love, because there's like this is very much about the law of attraction and the law of praise, and about what you're saying and why you're saying it to yourself, making sure that you are feeding yourself, you're feeding your soul, not your ego. Because right now your ego needs rest, and right now it's kind of just healing and going back to, like, you know, how, where it originated from, where it was meant to just keep you alive and keep you safe as possible. And yeah, so yeah, I don't know why I just drew a blank. I feel like Spirit's just like, okay, you're done now. So I hope this was helpful, because I really just, like, it just was like in my head, it was just like blank slate. They're not giving me anything else to say. So I think you get the message, you get the gist of it. So like I said, take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. Pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. There may be like more information on this if this resonates with you. But I'm going to leave it here, my lovelies. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending you all so much love and light. And just so you know, I just want to leave this off to saying you're doing a great job to overcoming a lot of this, whatever this means to you. Even if I didn't mention it, you know, fear is something we all go through. We all have encountered, we all have been programmed and been conditioned to kind of do that. And this is a really great time in life right now, and where everything is going, to step out of that courageously, as much as it is scary and as much as it means you won't be able to do certain things or say certain things. And this is all about just the way you're speaking, honestly. This is just about the way you think and the way you behave and the way you communicate with others. This has to do more about relationships, the people in your life, than it has to do with, like, you know, the collective world. This is more about just you and how you relate to other people. But yeah, so okay, I'm done now. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.